God, I love the morning cryptos. It's morning. It's coffee. It's cryptos. Just checking in, first time after waking up, seeing what's going on with the markets. And today I was out of cream, so I used coconut milk, but I frothed it. Mm-hmm. That's right. All right. So I just want to go. I want to do something a little different every day, so you guys don't get too, used to how I do what I do, because I'm changing it all the time. And that, my friends, is one of the key concepts of hypnosis. Is that it's about change, and you can change anything you want at any time if you change the way you think. And so this is a 90-day challenge to change the way I think about money and to go deep into the rabbit hole of cryptocurrencies. So that's what I'm doing every day in some shape or form. And some days it's just me checking my wallet and seeing what's happening in the markets and seeing if I need to make a move, seeing if I need to just stay and hold, or seeing if I need to rant about something. So today we're just going to look at Bitcoin Cash to start with. So this is the one-day chart. And I like this chart. I think I said this recently, but this is where it started, okay? And for those of you who think, fear of missing out, FOMO, if those of you think you should be afraid ever of missing out, look at this chart, right? It's exactly today, pretty much, where it started. And the actual price right now is, we have a 463 low and a 512 high, but the bid is 470 and the ask is 470. It's pretty close. Looks like 470. That's agreement, right? We have always two people in the markets. We have the people who think it's going up and the people who think it's going down. And right now we have kind of an interesting thing going on where we have higher bottoms and we have somewhat of a trading range. It's a nice volatile one between 400 and 800, essentially. Between 400 and 800, there's a range, right? And it's kind of right in the middle, right? Isn't that interesting how the waves kind of seek equilibrium? They go up and then they go down and they kind of go, there's a mean and they're up and above, right? That's kind of the sideways trading range, or it's up, going up a hill. So the trend is your friend, people. And it's interesting because we have two trends, right? We have this trend here, going up. And we have this trend, sorry, I had to put music to it because that's what I do, going down, right? That's the kind of stuff that was going on before the China news. Because this consolidation is just forming a wedge. It's not a flat-topped wedge. It's a wedge. So just interesting, and I'm keeping an eye on it. Possibly, if I can get some extra cash going, I would buy a little of this if it dipped kind of down here. We'll see. But at the moment, I do not have any because I totally screwed up the whole hard fork thing because I was new. I was very, very new. I didn't have you guys to advise me. So that's interesting. I want to see what it looks like on a 1 hour chart. Interesting. See, it's leveled off down here. That's interesting. It's kind of doing this pattern. Let's squeeze it up a little bit. There's the 1 hours. It had a big move not too long ago, and now it's coming right back. It goes up and it comes back. So not quite sure. I think I would want to buy it cheaper if I was going to get in. So we'll see. Anyway, Bitcoin. Let's go to Bitcoin, the big mama papa. and see what's going on with Bitcoin. Oh, that's the 1 hour. I got to start with the 1 day just to clear my brain. So we had to push up, and now it's giving back. Do you see the pattern, people? Please, please, please stop fearing out. Fearing out? Fear of missing out. Stop fear of missing outishness. Stop being afraid of missing out, because every day there's a new opportunity. Just stay positive. And by the way, I love positive thinking, but I don't think positively like other people think positively. My whole thing is that whatever you're getting is what you've been thinking about and what you've been focusing on. So change what you're focusing on. Doesn't mean you have to be pie in the sky, everything's good all the time. Sometimes you need to bitch and curse and rant and then pick yourself up and focus on where you want to go. Sometimes you need to release that. Anyway. See, I couldn't just look at the charts. I had to throw in some hypnotherapeutic philosophy. And Bitcoin. I don't know. I think Bitcoin's going to be around for a while. And I think it's going to work its way back up to 5,000. And then it's going to crash again. And then it's going to work its way back up to 5,000. And then it's going to crash again. And then it might work its way up to 6,000. And then it's going to crash again. And then it'll work its way up to 6,000 again. And then it's going to crash again. Then it's going to work its way up maybe to 7,000. And then it's going to crash again. Right? Because these aren't crashes. There's a difference between a bubble and a tipping point. I want you to think about that. There's a difference between a bubble and a tipping point. And we are at a tipping point. So the volatility is cool. It's your friend. And just relax. It's all going to be fine. This is what it's supposed to be doing right now. It'll settle down in the future. That is, if they can figure out how to scale this puppy in a way that actually makes it useful beyond just storage. It is useful for storage of value at the moment. And it's useful for speculators. It's useful for traders. It's useful for selling the idea. So it has a lot of uses. It's just not useful when you go to the store. But neither is gold. So just think about that. Anyway, let's look at the 1 hours. I think, to be honest with you, I think we have a sideways. Stick, you silly thing. I think we have a sideways trading range. And I think it's obviously the trading range is down, right? But it's slightly down. It's not herky-jerky down. It's a range, and the price is kind of working its way down, I think, in getting ready for something new, right? So a new breakout. Because look at right here. We have the last, how many hours? One stick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The last 12 hours, right? The downward movement has formed into a sideways trading range. Tops are the same, right? We got a little resistance here, but we have higher support. I think it could break out. I don't know how high it's going to break out. If you are kind of getting in short term or wanted, to get in before it took off again, you might want to consider getting in somewhere around here, somewhere in this area. But right now, I don't know. I feel like I'm just not. There's something about Bitcoin that's bothering me, and I don't know what it is. So I'm mostly focusing on all the other currencies, and that could be a mistake, right? I don't know. I might end up missing the boat, but we'll see. Because I do have some mining contracts, so I get a little bit of. I got like $10 a day, or so. So let's look at Dash. Dash has made a move. Look at this. There must be some good news somewhere. I haven't listened to the news. There must be some new fundamental deep insight into the nature of the cosmos. And Dash is cranking. And that's good because I got some Dash, and I want it to go to 400. I'm just not selling my Dash. I don't know. Maybe I will, but I like Dash. I'm hanging on to it. I don't have that much. Pretty much right now, I want to add to each of my currencies from my US dollars. That's my whole new plan right now, which was working really well for me. And it's just as I'm continuing to learn in this space, I'm becoming a little bit more long term focused. Buy low, sell high. Right. This is high again. Right. But it's going to be higher. And I think 400 is our. If we hit 400 again and stop, I'm definitely buying more on the next dip because eventually it's going to break out of that 400 range. And then I think it's going to go parabolic at some point. Then I might take profits. We'll see. All right, let's look at it on the 1 hour. That is clearly a little flag there. But I wouldn't recommend getting in here. It's already moved. It's already moved up. You should have gotten in back here, down in the 320s, 318 range. When it was doing, this is kind of the pattern that Bitcoin's doing right now. It's this kind of slightly downward flag, if you want to call it a flag, or a slightly downward trading range, but the bottoms are pretty solid. It's kind of consolidating before it expands. You think of it as kind of a compress expansion movement. Wow. So to me, and this, I'm looking at this with beginner's eyes. I haven't studied this, right? So that's why I'm trying to bring something of value to you guys, is to just look at the pattern. Look at the pattern and realize this is movement. This is a waveform, and there are compression and expansion waves, right? And this kind of, you can, in 2020, hindsight is always 2020. Hindsight is always 2020, 2020. 1-1 was a racehorse, 2-2 was 1-2, 1-1-1 race, 2-2 1-1-2. But to look back and to constantly go, okay, what is this pattern? What happens after this pattern? Is to kind of begin to learn your market, to really know. That's why I recommend not too many coins. 10 is about all I can handle. Maybe you can handle more, but I like this little flag up here. I think it's going to move, but for me, that's a hold sign. That's not a buy more sign. And whatever it is for you, just pay attention to what it is for you. But I think I want to buy dips. This is not a dip, but this is a sign of some strength here, that it's kind of in the middle of a push. And it wants to keep going up a little bit higher. It's a little consolidation there. So I think we're going to see it. We already have the whisker, but I think it. It'll be interesting to see if it challenges these tops. I think that's what it's gunning for. It's not that far away. So I'm going to keep an eye on Dash today, but I'm not buying. What's going on in EOS? Not much going on in EOS. I would think this is a good time to buy EOS. They have a good team. They've got a lot of money. The guy who created Steemit is the guy who's creating EOS. And I think he's done good work. We'll see. I think that's what I'm keeping an eye on, and I'm going to pick some more up next time I have a little free flow of cash. All right. I think Ethereum is going to make a move. I think it's ready to pop, people. And it's probably going to, at least make a run for 320. That's my uneducated opinion. However, if it dips if it goes down from here, I'm buying. Anything between here and here, I'm going to buy. And I'm looking to get more Ethereum. I'm going to start just buying it whenever I see a dip. So that's my big plan. IOTA. I think IOTA is looking strong again. Not a bad time to get in. We have some strength, and it's moved down. And again, just like some of these other ones, it's kind of back to where it started. Do you see the back to where it started thing going on here? I talked about this the other day. There's a wave down and a wave up, and a wave down and a wave up, and that's to me fairly tradable. So, and it's cheap. It's cheap right now, but it's a coin that has value and it solves problems. So that's what I'm getting anyway. Litecoin. Look at how it's just kind of sitting on that line I drew yesterday. Litecoin. And again, if it didn't have that big weird pop out, I would say it's in a trading range, right? If you just kind of put your hand over the big pop out, it's just working its way up gradually, very gradually. The bottoms are all higher. It's a sideways trading range if you just kind of omit that big burst. So the energy is there, but it's not really ready to lock in those new price points, those new price levels, but it's working on it. That's why I like Litecoin. I think Litecoin's here to stay, people. I know, I don't know. Thanks for letting me learn in front of you. And thanks for letting me blab, because that's what I do. That's what I'm good at. All right. Yeah. On the 60-minute chart, we're working our way kind of back down, and then now we found support around here. This whole area of 50 looks quite supportive. And then pow. Boom, zumba. Back up to where it was a couple of days ago. Yeah. Okay. So it's climbing its mountain. That's Litecoin, people. Let's look at Monero. Monero. I think it's a good time to get you some. I think it's a good time to get you some Monero. I'm seeing the markets kind of quieting down a little bit, after the shock. You think of the news from China and then Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan. Those are like, boom, a shock that sent ripples through these markets, if you think of them, right? If you see a slow motion picture of someone taking a punch, right? They first go that way before they kind of come back and punch back, right? So I think this has been fascinating. So anyway, I think Monero. I think Monero is showing some consolidation here. That's what I think. And I think it's not a bad time to get some. If you want to buy it cheap and you're on Bittrex, put in a buy order somewhere down here. So you can grab it if it pops down. Let's see. Excuse me. I just woke up, I've been working my brains out on a bunch of other projects. But it's nice to just come in the morning and check and see what's going on. See the consolidation here? I think it's going to pop, to be honest with you. I think it wants to go up. But I want it to go up. So, I kind of don't trust that. That might just be my ego. Because this little, on the 1 hours, and I don't know how profound that little consolidation and sideways range is on the 1 hours. But I think you're going to see some stuff go up. And I don't know if you noticed it, but every single Thursday for the last 3 Thursdays, we've had massive recoveries. And then every single Friday for the last 3 weeks, we've had pretty significant pullbacks. Let's see what happens today. I think that could be interesting. Because every single week, it's just been I mean, you can literally see the week here, you know. This is a Thursday, right? And then Friday morning or whatever. This is Thursday, Friday, and then boom, boom, this is the weekend, and then we finally get up again, and then boom, 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 boom. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so this was 7 days ago, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So it was more like a Wednesday, Thursday last time. Boom, and then the whole big move here. Pow. So interesting. There is some predictability. We'll see. We shall see. And either if it's bad news, it'll drop. If it's good news today, it'll go up, right? So that's it. I'm done. I'm not doing any more. I want to get you guys out of here quick, and no big philosophy, but just to consider this one thought. What is the difference between a bubble and a tipping point, right? A bubble is something that has been in place a long time, and you cannot say that about these markets, right? The whole crypto space has only been here for 9 years, right? And there are corrections, but the whole thing is going in one direction. Mass awareness, mass adoption, right? The U.S. stock market is in the highest it's been for the longest, second longest run or something, second longest bull run so far. That's different, right? That's the difference between a bubble and a tipping point, right? Everybody knows about the stock market. The people who are in it. There's not a lot of new people rushing into the stock market, right? But where is there new people? Where is there a place where new people are rushing in with their money? And it may go down, it may go up. It's going to go down and up. Trust it. It's volatile. Volatility is your friend. It really is. Move your mind to the place, particularly if you're new, where you just automatically train yourself. When it goes down, you go into buying mode. You start kicking tires, and you're always keeping an eye on it to know, okay, not in yet, not in yet, not in yet, not in yet, now, boom. So that you know in your body when the right time is. So you're not looking out to all these other people for advice. You're not looking to me for advice. I'm trying to teach you how to teach yourself. That's what I do. And that's my thing. You may want someone to tell you exactly what to do. And I look at some people too. Check out CryptoGrinders on YouTube. I listen very carefully to what he says. He has experience. He knows what he's talking about. At the same time, I'm gonna make my decisions. And, partly that's who I heard about quantum from, which reminds me, let's look at quantum. What's it? Quantum Ethereum here. Get rid of that. And let's see. Oh, stop with that. Okay. So I'm in buy mode with quantum, right? I'm in buy mode. I've been learning about the fundamentals of this coin, and people who I deeply respect and who have done way more research than me are recommending it. But the public really hasn't heard of it yet, right? That's the time to buy, right? That's the biggest lesson we want to have here. Don't chase these rising markets. Wait till they fall and wait till they, kind of consolidate a little and then get in. Quantum is about as low as it can go, people. So it might go a little lower, but that's okay. Let's look at the 1 hour charts on quantum. Yeah, it's going down, people, but it hasn't even started yet. Do you understand? So that's the key. And yeah, time to get quantum. All right, that's it. I'm done. I'm going to stop talking. Remember, what's the difference? I'll say it again. This is conversational hypnosis, everything that I do. And I'm hypnotizing myself to keep my mind in the right place at the same time that if you choose to listen or watch these, you're going to get the benefit of that too, because it's not even conscious on my part anymore. It's just what I do all the time. constantly looking at what is reality and interpreting it in a way that gives me resourcefulness and power. That's all I really teach. That's the basic thing, and it works everywhere. It works in relationships, and I do this in relationships in my own way. It works with your money. Pay attention to your money. It works with your health, and so these are all really key areas of your life. So be aware that your mind and your thoughts make a difference, and we are creating our own reality. And I think it's a really good time to buy quantum. All right. So there's one other thing. Oh yeah. I forgot to say this. I forgot. If you like this, please subscribe. It helps a lot, and I really appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and share it with a friend, and leave a comment below. I want to hear from you guys, and if I'm clearly in need of some advice, let me know, right? And I will celebrate your input, because I'm learning as I go, and I'm learning on camera, and sometimes I get stuff wrong. Yesterday, and I'm going to do an episode on this soon, I spent the day listening to a bunch of talks and interviews with Vitalik Buterin, the one of the masterminds behind Ethereum. And my long-term Ethereum take is that that's a good thing to buy. Every freaking dip that it dips, buy Ethereum. Okay? That's a really good I feel better about Ethereum than I do about Bitcoin right now. And I'm still pretty bullish on Bitcoin. So keep an eye on Ethereum. And what I like about Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin is that you can just pick them up, turn your US dollars into cryptos. Any spare change, put it into cryptos. And right now I'm preferring Ethereum. I'm going to start building up my Ethereum a little bit. But that's it for today. So I want to thank you guys for your attention, your time, and your comments, and your subscribes, and your likes, and your up votes, and just being present. You guys are awesome, and I'm glad I'm reaching out to you guys through the ripples of this modern media called the internet. And long live the internet! As long as the internet's going, we're in good shape. So if anybody tries to turn it off, we're gonna have to take some serious punitive action. Vote against it, whatever, with our feet. Anyway, enough of that. Let's start some music so these people can get on with their day. I've got a ton of things to do. Check out some of my music stuff on the channel. I'm about to put up the program, hopefully today, that I did on Sunday. And man, I kicked ass. And so check those out. There are worse things you could listen to than to put on some of my sound healing hypnosis in the background while you're doing your work. Personally, I don't listen to music in the background, but when I do listen to these in the background, I always have a better day. So anyway, that's a commercial for my other stuff. That's it. I'm out of here. Start the music.